Monday morning, 13 hardcore prisoners, men deemed career criminals, escaped from the swamped area of the Lusignan prison. Police released the names of those on the run, but have not, up to the time of this report, released their identities. But a usually reliable source has released these photos to Nightly News of a few of the escapees from Lusignan. Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramjatan, in briefing the media, said that the men tunneled the prison fence and fled into the Lusignan backlands.
But they burrowed themselves out from that ground, digging a hole from inside, then burrowing towards the outside, coming up on the outside in the northeastern section. Extreme northeastern section. It's unfortunate that because of probably a number of other reasons that there was heavy rainfall and all of that last night. And I don't know what happened, but we are going to soon know what happened. They managed to escape and they went through the tracks that we saw there this morning. I was there this morning too. They went eastwards to the Lusignan backlands.
Heavily armed police and soldiers have been deployed around the lower east coast Demerara following news of the escape. Deputy Police Commissioner David Ramnarine spoke of the police's posture to recapture the now 17 inmates, 13 from Lusignan and the remaining 4 from Camp Street.
And then we have an arrangement in place which will respond to all these bits of information across the country that we receive, which will also be inclusive of the utilization of the SWAT unit, information which we're going to process into intelligence. We already have some bits of information. Unfortunately, none of those bits of information have proved to be helpful, but we respond to each one of them.
Prison Director Gladwin Samuel speculated that the fugitives might have escaped during the heavy downpour Monday morning. He said it was during the head count that prison officers noticed that 13 had been absent.
Sometime about 1600 hours yesterday, what we call the locking down tally was checked. We had 99 prisoners in the swamped area, 104 in the new holding area, and 136 within the Lusignan prison. Based on what was reported to me, these prisoners were all accounted for, 635. This morning, as usual, we do what is called tally, where they check the locking down numbers compared with what was there this morning. Having checked, they recognized that in the swamped area there was a difference in terms of the locking down figure and the figure they found when they checked. That resulted in a roll call being done in order to ascertain those persons who were not accounted for. It revealed that some 13 persons who were locked into the swamped area sometime after 1600 hours yesterday were not accounted for.
Immediately after news of the escape reached Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President David Granger, a national security meeting was called and some decisions were taken immediately.
And, there will be increased outer perimeter patrols. There will be increased infrastructural work in the sense of more spotlights and probably CTV cameras. And in relation to what is going to happen at Camp Street, I had indicated last press conference that we would need to have an admin building. We will now have to have the tented admin building to reinforce the Newbrick prison, because we want those fellas to be out there this afternoon from the swamp so that they could be locked down in that prison. But we need administrative staff. We will need definitely that, and we are arranging all of that this afternoon.
Police are asking the public not to engage the escapees in any way possible, but to report all suspicious activities to the nearest police station.
To ask the public to rely on us, to cooperate with us, to be patient, to be vigilant, extra vigilant, to provide us with whatever information, strange characters, movements, suspicious activities, particularly in certain areas that we consider to be backlands, where farmers, in the main, would tend to tend to crops and so on, to be a little more careful as to what hours you remain at the back there and so on, even though there is response capability from a joint perspective in those general areas. So at this point in time, there's another bit of information that we're working on right now, which may turn out to be very useful sometime later, which we're kind of processing right now, and I would hope that we get down there.